Hello, Storytimers! Miss Patty here at the Lincoln Public Library. Hope you're all doing well. And we are here to read a fun story today. So come on in. Come on in. Welcome one, welcome all. Come in and we'll have a ball. We're ready to start. Story time has just begun. Welcome one, welcome all. We'll have lots of fun. So, today, you may have figured out our theme for story time is ducks. This is a really fun story, like I said. And before we get started, I'm going to tell a little story about ducks. There were 5 little ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they went out one day over the hill and far away. Mother duck said, quack, 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 quack. Only 4 little ducks came back when she called for them. 4 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Again, Mother Duck said, quack, 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 but only 1, 2, 3 little ducks came back. 3 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mother Duck said, quack, 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 but only 1, 2 little ducks came back. Oh no, where are they all going? 2 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mother Duck said, quack, 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 quack. But only 1 little duck came back. 1 little duck went out one day over the hill and far away. Mother Duck said, quack, 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 quack. But none of the 5 ducks came back. Sad Mother Duck went out one day over the hill and far away. Sad Mother Duck said, quack, 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 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little ducks came back. Made their mom very happy. Quack, 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 quack. That's the story of the 5 little ducks. And for our book today, we're reading My Brother the Duck. This book was written by Pat Zietlow Miller, and she wrote the words because she's the author. And it was illustrated by Daniel Wiseman. The illustrator draws the pictures. And I'm reading it today with permission from Chronicle Books. Are you ready? This is a very interesting story. How can her brother be a duck? Let's find out. A little closer so you can see pictures. My Brother the Duck. I'm Stella Wells, fledgling scientist. Scientists notice things, and so do I. Like the fact that my baby brother might be a duck. I spotted something odd before he was born. Dad said to Mom, "You're waddling. You must be having a duck." They laughed and I didn't. A baby was bad enough. A duck was unacceptable. Research was obviously required. Research is what a scientist does to find out if what they think is actually correct. So she's going to do some research. So when my parents returned from the hospital holding something wrapped in a blanket, I took notes. Thing was scrawny. It was yellow. Its nose was flat and broad. It looked like a duck. But that was only a hypothesis, which is a guess. To prove it, I need evidence. She looks like she's on her way to find some evidence. She's looking very serious. Mom showed me the bundle. Look, Stella, it's your baby brother Drake's. That name seemed noteworthy. Turns out Drake is a fancy word for a boy duck. First piece of evidence? Check. She looked it up in a book. Drake is a word that means boy duck. As soon as I wrote it down, Drake started squawking. Man, could that kid quack. My second piece of evidence? Check. First piece of evidence, she wrote the word Drake with a question mark. And then she wrote what it means. It means boy duck. Then she wrote down loud quack with another question mark. Checked off yes. That's what ducks do, right? But scientists can't just wing it. They have to gather facts. Wonder what other kind of facts she's going to gather. So I visited my friend Carla Martinez. She made volcanoes erupt, pickles blow, and paper clips float. We have a new baby. His name is Drake. I think he's a duck. Carla considered my statement. Male ducks are called drakes, she conceded. Does he quack? Oh, you should hear him. Does he have feathers? Well, not yet, but he's fairly fuzzy. Does he have a bill? She's thinking. I stopped to think. Drake's nose was definitely not normal. I guess so, I said. Carla raised an eyebrow. Scientists don't guess. Further research was obviously required. Back home, Drake looked more like a duck than ever. Incredible, I said. But inconclusive, Carla replied. We must consult an expert. How are they going to find an expert on ducks? We chose Principal Kowalski. She drinks coffee from a duck-shaped mug. She keeps rubber ducks in her desk. She even calls, "Make way for ducklings," when our class walks down the hall. Mrs. Kowalski, I said, we were wondering, how can you tell if a baby duck is really, a duck? You know what people say, if it looks like a duck and it sounds like a duck, it's probably a duck. There it was, an expert had confirmed my hypothesis. I was related to a duck, a waddling, quacking, broad-billed baby duck. There's one on her desk. And in her coffee mug. I thought about it all day. Where we'd go, what we'd do. It wasn't so bad, really. We could go fishing. We could still share lunch. Drake's feathers would add certain flair to every photo, that's for sure. Plus, we'd never, ever lose a game of duck, duck, goose. I hurried home, ready to be the best big sister a duck ever had. Drake was in his bassinet. He looked rounder and smoother than before. His nose seemed almost normal. That didn't fit the bill. Look what's over here. Was all my research wrong? Just then, Dad waddled by. I dropped my notebook and stared. Long, skinny legs? Check. Wide, webbed feet? Check. The biggest bill I'd ever seen? Check. Look at that. Pool time, he announced. I need to get my wings wet. And with those words, I knew. Stella Wells, fledgling scientist, had another hypothesis to test. What do you think? She's going to research this time. Whether or not her dad's a duck. Told you it's a funny story. I hope you liked it. I know I did. My brother, the duck. Little silly, but funny. And today, our letter of the week is, can you guess? D for duck. D for duck. So what else begins with the letter D? I'm going to describe some things and see if you can guess. Well, of course, you've got a duck that begins with D. Just like this guy up here. Oh, and something else that we eat, and it's nice and sweet sometimes. It's got frosting on it. If you said donut, you are correct. Also, these guys, we had some of these hiding in the library recently. They're big, and we don't see the real ones around anymore. They lived many, many years ago. Dinosaur begins with the letter D. Also, something you play with that has dots on it. You match them up, or you can stack them, or you can line them up and let them fall. It's called a domino. And another animal, you might have one for a pet. It's got a tail, and it barks. Yes, dog begins with the letter D. And one last thing. You can use this many times when you're playing a game, and it's got dots on it too. It's called a die, and if you had more than one of them, we call them dice. That's something else that begins with the letter D. Now, your job is to look around and see if you see any other things that begin with the letter D, or any words that you hear that begin with the D sound. If you do, tell someone that begins with the letter D, and that's our letter of the week. So, go on a D hunt. Another thing you can do is go to our website, and on the calendar, on today's date, you will see the link for Storytime. When you click on that, we're actually calling it now Storytime and More, because not only do we have our story for today, but there is a choice board that will be online. If you click on Storytime and More, it will bring you to the Storytime choice board with today's theme. And there's all kinds of fun stuff that's related to ducks. There are games, there are some coloring sheets, there are some craft ideas, and some puzzles, along with some other videos. So go ahead and check that out. I think you'll really enjoy it. Just like to add a little something extra to our story times to keep you involved in giving you a little bit of activities to do. Also, come on by the library. We're always happy to see you. We've got lots of new books around here, and we'll be starting our winter reading program soon. And that's a lot like our summer reading program, but you will find that if you register and read some books, you'll have the chance to maybe win some prizes. So come on over and pick up some books so you can get a head start on that. Until next week, bye-bye now.